Good morning, dear students. Open your copybooks, write down the date. Дәптерімізді ашамыз, бүгінгі күнді жазамыз. Open your students book at page 49. 49-шы бетті ашып қоямыз. Today we are going to start new model timekeeping devices. Бүгін біз жаңадан тақырыпты басталғалы отырмыз. First of all, what I want you to do is to learn new vocabulary. Біріншіден жаңадан сөздермен танысып шығайық. Listen and repeat. Тыңдаймыз және қайталаймыз.
Burn, burn. Cast, cast. Divide, divide. Existence, existence. Fill, fill. Flow, flow. Lit, lit. Obelisk, obelisk. Oil lamp, oil lamp. Passing, passing. Practice, practice. Shadow, shadow. Stick, stick.
Sundial, sundial. Water clock, water clock.
Осы сөздерді сөздік дәптерімізге көшіріп аламыз және жаттап аламыз. Complete the text A till D using the words in the list. Осы тізімдегі сөздерді қолдана отырып, мына жердегі мәтінді толтырып шығуымыз қажет. Осы сөздер және осы мәтін ол бізде бірінші жаттығу. Оны толтырып болғасын келесі жаттығуға қараймыз. You are to listen to two students talking about ancient timekeeping devices and you are to answer the questions. Қазір екі студенттің уақытты сақтайтын құрылғыларды қарастыру туралы диалогты тыңдап шығасыздар және астындағы бірден екіге дейін сұрақтарға жауап береміз. Бастадық.
Hi, Ben. Have you started Professor Hopkins' assignment yet? Did you choose to write about sundials or water clocks?
Water clocks, of course. What is there to say about sundials? They're so simplistic.
I don't agree. I chose sundials because they've got such an interesting history. They were the first timekeeping device ever invented. And although they seem simple to us now, they were actually quite remarkable 3,500 years ago. I find it fascinating that ancient people even thought to measure time by tracking the movement of the sun.
I can't argue with that. It was an inspirational idea to use the sun's passage across the sky to divide the day into parts. I suppose I always compare ancient timekeeping devices to the way we measure time today, so naturally a sundial looks primitive next to a digital watch. But I suppose measuring time had a different meaning back then. I mean, the concept of minutes and seconds didn't even exist.
Right. It was a different world, and although sundials seem outdated today, they were the first step on our path to atomic clocks and coordinated universal time.
The last one, what I want you to do is to watch the video. According that, you can complete this test. Ең соңында мен сендерге осы мәтінге байланысты видеоны қосып қоямын. Оны тыңдап болғасын осы мәтінді толтыруға мүмкіндіктерің болады. Қосымша мүмкіндіктерің болады.
The history of timekeeping devices. Let's look at some interesting timekeeping devices used throughout history. Sundials are the earliest known timekeeping devices, used from at least 3,500 BCE. They consisted of a flat disc made from stone or wood with markings on it and a stick on top. The shadow cast by the stick in the light of the sun could tell observers what part of the day it was. Obelisks, like sundials, used the shadow created by the sun to divide the day into parts, but in this case, the stick was a monument. The practice dates back to ancient Egypt, but has not been forgotten. The shadow cast by Taipei 101, Taiwan, the world's tallest building when it was completed in 2004, can be used to tell the time. Water clocks, also called clepsydras, have been in existence since at least 1500 BCE. They used the flow of water to measure the passing of time. They were originally stone and were used by the ancient Egyptians and Babylonians. Oil lamp clocks were glass containers filled with oil. A wick was placed in the oil and lit. As the wick burned and the oil was used up, markings on the side of the container could be used to indicate how much time had passed. Oil lamps were at the peak of their popularity in the 18th century and are no longer used today. Have you ever seen any of these devices? How else can we measure time?
Okay, that is all for you. The lesson is over. Nice to see you. Goodbye.